Well, a very warm welcome to the Friday edition of City News. I'm Steve Comber, and just ahead tonight, a 5-car pile-up closed Lake Road's railway bridge for over an hour yesterday. Todd McClay has welcomed the extension of the voluntary bonding scheme, and former Rotorua Boys High star Liam Meeson has been named as captain for this weekend's Chiefs match. Those stories and more just ahead tonight on City News. Well, police say that all of what are referred to as the fatal five were part of the incident early yesterday that killed an 18-year-old. Acting Senior Sergeant Andrew Lynch says the police road policing strategy focuses on the fatal five: speeding, alcohol, restraints, dangerous driving and high-risk drivers. He says all five were present at this crash. The deceased was the driver of a car that lost control near the Tinai Road Shopping Centre. Acting Inspector Danny Mead says 3 passengers were treated for minor injuries, but the driver died at the scene. And with other road news, a 5-car pile-up closed the railway bridge on Lake Road for over an hour yesterday. The impact pinned one occupant in the front seat of one of the vehicles, and the fire department was required to cut the person out. 2 people were transported by ambulance to Rotorua Hospital for further examination, and the police continue to investigate the accident. Well, the man said to be the target of an attempted murder bid near Lake Rotuiti 18 months ago told the Rotorua High Court yesterday about the violent battle between 2 related families and the shots that were fired at him. Alec Tuhoro testified that his brother-in-law, Harry Katene, drove up to his home, stopped and pointed his gun. Mr. Tuhoro was giving evidence at the trial of Shane Epapara, 23, Daniel Perrett, 23 and Michael Mihaka, 22. The jury of 6 men and 6 women have heard what Crown Prosecutor Fletcher Pildich described as a showdown between the families. Rotorua MP Todd McClay has welcomed the extension of the voluntary bonding scheme for doctors and nurses in hard-to-staff areas as very good news for Rotorua Hospital. The voluntary bonding scheme is an incentive payment that rewards health graduates who work in hard-to-staff areas by offering student loan debt write-offs or cash incentives over 3 to 5 years. Mr. McClay said that the scheme includes eligible graduate doctors recruited by Lakes DHB. And in Friday night sports news, with 9 points in the bank out of South Africa, the Chiefs have arrived in Perth ahead of Sunday morning's match against Western Force. Chiefs winger Lelaya Masaga, lock Toby Lynn and prop Toby Smith all arrived safe and sound in Perth earlier this week as replacements. And former Rotorua Boys High star Liam Meeson has been named as captain for this weekend's match in the continued absence of Mills Muliaina. And the weather, well, shaping up to be pretty good for the weekend ahead. Tonight we've got mainly fine weather. Southerly winds giving us a reprieve from the warm stuff. We're down to a low 10 tonight. Tomorrow, Saturday, fine weather. Light winds, a high 22 and a low 13. And longer range through to Sunday. Cloudy with maybe the possibility of some afternoon showers around. Light winds with a high 23 and a low 14. And a marine forecast for Lake Rotorua if you're boating in the weekend. Fish for tea tomorrow night. Southeasters 10 knots. They will die out in the afternoon and fine weather will continue. To look at tonight's bulletin, if you missed any of the stories, very simple. Log on to our website, tvrotorua.co.nz. Click on the View Latest City News link on the main page, just there on the right-hand side. And also for all the latest Rotorua events, click on the link below that. Well, still to come for the weekend, we discover details about Whānau Ora. Kylie is in talking about the 2010 Walking Festival. And we're going to find out more about Idea Services City News. We are back right after this break.